I am California of the past.
I am California of the past.
I
am California of the past.
I'm Frank McIlhenny. I was born in June of 1930 in Mother Tennant's maternity home, where more than 4,000 people were born, by Dr. Guerra, a very famous physician who later became the city physician for all the employees in the city of Alameda. My father was an electrical engineer. He was one of the first night managers hired at the old Bureau of Electricity that he ran on the night shift at the foot of Grand Street. And he was there for approximately 20 years until he retired in 1966. My mother, on the other hand, was a famous artist in Alameda. She organized and was the president of the first Alameda Artist Association. I want to show you one of her famous pictures that was shown in the De Young Museum in San Francisco. The painting is the Greek Cavalier, and she won prizes for that. They don't do that today anymore, but she was very well known. During World War II, she was a gray lady at the Oak Knoll Naval Hospital and taught finger painting to amputees who used to come to our house at 1709 Alameda Avenue to have dinner, and we talked about World War II. In the 8th grade, I worked at the Golden Goose Delicatessen. It was owned by Mr. Schweitzer. We had 12 women from Italy, all who spoke Italian, and all of them who belonged to St. Philip Neri's Church, who taught me how to cook. I learned 20 different dishes on the steam table, all the way from spaghetti and meatballs to stuffed peppers, things like that. During the Thanksgiving holiday, you could bring your turkey in, and we would bake your turkey for 50 cents. In addition to that, we did catering. Most of our catering was done at the Encinal Yacht Club when it was located on the bay side instead of the estuary side. I took this cooking knowledge that I learned in the 8th grade and did all the cooking at home because my mother was ill and in a mental hospital for 6 months. So I did all the cooking from Monday to Friday. I went to Alameda High from 1945 until 1949. When I was a freshman, I was on the varsity track team. The important thing about that was that the Alameda High track team went to the state meet, and for the first and only time in its history, won the state meet. The principal person that scored the most points was a fellow by the name of Walt Jensen, who was the 3rd best pole vaulter in the United States at that time. He used a bamboo pole and pole vaulted over 13 feet. He later went on to USC and was the 2nd or 3rd best pole vaulter in the United States at over 16 feet 5 inches. But just think about that, a bamboo pole. Other members of the team that were quite significant were Jim Saltus, throwing the shot put, who later on became a pro football player at the Cardinals. Another one was Fred Allworth, discus thrower, who also placed in the state meet of 168 feet with a very heavy green rubber discus. I was lucky enough to be on this team for 4 years and I threw the discus and the shot put. Later on in high school, I was the sports editor of the Oak Leaf paper, which was published 2 times a month. I was lucky enough to be on KLX radio of the Oakland Tribune twice a week, and I would talk about sports. In my senior year, I was very fortunate to be selected to be the business manager of the Alameda Acorn. We sold 1,500 acorns at $3 a piece. We had never sold that many before, and never since. We made a profit of $500, and the book was rated by the University of Wisconsin Journalism Department. My father was a hero during World War I. Some of the medals that my father won were the Distinguished Service Cross of the Army, which happened when he killed 9 Germans, and the ratio was 9-1. My father killed them all. The other medal that he received was the Purple Heart with 4 clusters. That means that he was wounded 5 times. The other medals that he won were the Gold Cross, which was for when he was an MP. He shot 3 people trying to steal foods and goods from the railway. The other medal was a Bronze Star, which was awarded him for catching a major who tried to confiscate quartermaster stuff from the train that they were on. I want to dedicate this presentation to my father, Frank, and my mother, Clarissa V., and I hope you enjoyed it.